Hello everyone, I am Sam and welcome to the first episode of Game Analysis. This is a new channel which I'm starting up, and it's basically analysing games. It's not a review, it's more of a look at an overview of a game, what it does right, what it does wrong, possibly what it could do better, just depending on everything. So today, a couple of days ago I got access to the Dirty Bomb beta, closed beta. This is a game by Splash Damage, who you may recognise for being famous, in inverted commas, for games such as Brink, Enemy Territory, Quake Wars, Wolfenstein Enemy Territory, stuff like that. And the latest in the Batman Arkham series, Batman Arkham Origins, which wasn't a success, but you know, that's fine. So I saw this game called Dirty Bomb, and I was like, okay, this is a first-person shooter, obviously, as you can tell, and this is a team-based game. Now, immediately, what struck me was the fact that it's not very team-orientated. So yes, you've got 4 or 5 other people on your team, and you've all got to go towards objectives. But it doesn't feel very team orientated, and this is, I think, because it seems to be at a sort of an identity crisis. So it's saying, okay, what do we want to be here? So I think it's with all the different types of characters. So for example, here you have Fragger, Skyhammer and Proxy. Those are just 3 of the currently 7 or 6 characters that you can be, and it wants to have that sort of TF2 feel. So the characters are wacky, they've all got different abilities, they all have, you know, stuff to say, and that's trying to make it feel like TF2. But I think in this respect it kind of fails, because it doesn't feel like TF2. I mean, I've played TF2, and if I'm honest, this doesn't live up to it. I mean, yes, okay, this is, just to clarify, this is my opinion. And this is currently in closed beta again, so obviously, as it says on the screen, not representation of final projects. Stuff is meant to change in future, possibly. So yeah, onto my next thing. It doesn't do anything new. You kind of expect, you know, a new. This is a new IP, so you'd have something to add to the genre. Because the first-person shooter genre is extremely saturated right now. You have stuff like Call of Duty, which is actually I played Advanced Warfare, and I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty. I can't stand it because I think it's just completely the same. But I played Advanced Warfare, and you know what? I really enjoyed it because they changed it up. When I compared it to games like Black Ops 2. The Black Ops 2 and, you know, all the previous ones like Modern Warfare 3, the original Modern Warfares, it just wasn't. It just felt the same. But then Advanced Warfare, it changes it up. Yes, I know it's not team orientated, which you kind of expect in a multiplayer game, and it feels like every man for himself. But like the new movement system, it felt better than I thought it would, and I'm really surprised by that because me and Call of Duty do not have a good history together. So yeah, the thing with this game is, like I said, it doesn't introduce anything new. Like, I have game modes here. Currently in this beta, there's only one game mode, which is objective, and that is kind of similar to Section 8. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like you're all in robot suits and everything, and you got to do these tasks. Again, similar to TF2, you've got to escort this EV, that big machine thing that you saw in the gameplay. You have to escort this to a certain position, and then you have to get some bombs and blow up a building. So it's very like it's not, you know, anything new, it's stuff we've seen before, really. There's upcoming modes. There's one called Stopwatch. And it says Stopwatch is the game mode for the more considered player, someone who's looking to spend their time playing a longer, slightly more competitive match. Stopwatch shares a lot of similarities with objective mode. Where it differs is that each team is given the opportunity to both attack and defend. So this sounds like Rush from Battlefield 4. or well, the Battlefield franchise. Yeah, if the attackers win round 1, they will then become the defenders and will have to prevent their opponents from completing the mission faster than they did. So okay, it's time based. So okay, yes, this adds something in the time based where it's not like well, it's not completely surrounding that in Battlefield 4, if that makes sense. So it's not really time based. You just got to blow up some objectives and that. But obviously we couldn't play it. I didn't get the chance to play it in this closed beta because it's not available. They also have execution, and this sounds literally exactly like deathmatch or team deathmatch. Shrouded in mystery, execution is the most recent mode to surface around Dirty Bomb. While it's a little bit too early to go into too much detail about this mode just yet, we will say that execution will show a little more love to those who prefer to focus on kills over objectives. So that just sounds exactly like you know, deathmatch, just with a different, fancier name. So yeah, the things I like about this game, because I've been, ranting on about this, I love the art style. I love the cartoony feel, and like the characters, they all have the different personalities, and that's nice. It means, well, you can't really relate to a character like, I don't know, some guy with a huge gun, but it makes them feel human rather than just having these robot feeling people like in Battlefield, where they say random things about, I don't know, RPGs and tanks and stuff, and it just doesn't feel. But these actually, they can say funny-ish things. It's not the best writing I've ever heard, but yeah, that's about it. I haven't seen enough stuff really of this game, but my first impressions of this is the fact that it's not great. The guns as well, they don't feel powerful, and that is really important in a first-person shooter, because that is the main mechanic. That is the mechanic of the game, is the guns. And if the gun doesn't feel powerful, then I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it. Like the shotgun I was using, it doesn't sound right. It sounds like a choo choo. It's like, I don't know, it's a weird sound. Sorry about that. And it just doesn't feel like a shotgun like you have in Battlefield. The shotguns actually sound quite nice. They sound like it's a real gun, whereas here I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but yeah, it's just, I don't like the sound of the gun. Sorry about that. And another thing, like I said, they don't introduce anything new into the genre. So, for example, Call of Duty introduced in inverted commas. They had the exosuit, so it allowed for greater movement. It means it's a much faster paced game, which this game does have a very good pace, which I do like. But obviously it's kind of a bit of a copy from Titanfall, but we won't go into that. Like with Splash Damage, they did Brink, and they had the parkour, which they didn't go into as much. They just kind of used that as jump over this, climb on that. They could have done it here. That's what I'm thinking. They could have done it here. I mean, there's lots of I don't know if you've been watching if you see around the map, there's quite a lot of places to climb, and they could have introduced it, I think. I know it's trying to be like a well, not really military, but a slightly less serious shooter. But even then, they could have still put some sort of parkour mechanic into it. I mean, there's currently just jumping over stuff. Now, I don't know if they're going to do that for the main game. I haven't heard anything, but I think it kind of is necessary. It's not. I mean, it's what I'd like personally, and I think it's just sort of it needs something to stick out. I mean, because you have lots of different characters, but without substance in the game, in the gameplay. It doesn't. You don't want to play with the characters. It's just like, oh, what's the point of me playing this game if the gameplay isn't that great? And well, in this case, it's not. I mean, the gun, like I said, the guns don't feel powerful. I like how each character has a special ability, but again, it's just copying. So I feel this game has borrowed a lot from other games, but it's not going fully into it, and that's why it has a bit of an identity crisis. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's going to be free to play, so if you want to play this, it even says on the main thing, prepare to play dirty in the ultimate team-based free to play shooter. It's not a team-based, it doesn't feel like a team-based. You're not working with your team, are you? You just go, everyone in this gameplay, I didn't gang up with anyone. Literally, it's just we're going towards one place and then we're all just dying. Now that might be because my team suck, or I suck, or you know, but it just doesn't, to me it doesn't feel like a team game like Battlefield 4, Team Fortress 2 obviously, that does feel like a team game. But yeah, I mean the screenshots on the actual game, the website, do look quite nice, but again it's just not in there. And yes, this is a beta, it's a closed beta. So yeah, never spoken that much in so little time. But yeah, so I think I will revisit Dirty Bomb. The thing is, I want to like this game. I do, because I like team-based shooters, and I like it when, like, you know, I'm with my friends and we can just have a good time, like Battlefield 4. Sorry, I keep mentioning that. But it to me it just doesn't have any substance. I just can't. I need guns to feel powerful. I need varying game modes. Yes, that's true, but and I just, you know. So yeah, I want more from this game. This is what I want. Again, this is in closed beta. When it actually does release, I will do another video on this saying how everything's changed and yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you like this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, bye.
Mission failed. Bloody rubbish, you lot are.